Hey guys, it's your boy Colin, aka DJ Vu, coming at you with a very special video for the end of our 2015 calendar year. And in this video, I'm going to be going over some of the resolutions I made back on New Year's, 2014 New Year's going into 2015. Quickly review those, tell you guys what exactly I achieved there, what I exactly didn't, and then kind of give you guys my plan for 2016, and we'll go from there. So, first off, the goals that I put forth for myself back in on January 6th of 2015 for the 2015 year. The first goal I made for myself was to have 50 tracks by the end of the year. Very excited to say 50 tracks fully completed by the end of the year. Very excited to say that the grand total as of now is about 60/61, partially completed one of them. So I am super psyched about that. Like when I put that goal there, I'm like, okay, I think it's doable, but I'm not actually exactly sure if I'm going to do it. So after banging out about a track or two a week, made that goal happen. So I am super happy about that. That's probably the biggest one on my list right there. So good to have that momentum going for me there. The second goal I made for myself was to have one track on C89.5's rotational playlist. And for you guys who don't know what C89.5 is, it's a little local station run by students out in Seattle, a dance music station. Probably one of the few in the country. It's a really, really good one. And my plan was, because yeah, at least as of now, I still think I could definitely get up there with the quality tracks I'm putting out. But my plan was to get one of the tracks on their playlist and have that rotation around. That way I can get some airtime. Kind of get, I think there was I'm not sure if it was a study or something like that, but I remember reading somewhere in a book. It takes about 4 or 5 impressions of a track before people finally start liking it. So I figured if I could get one track on the radio station, get that stuck in people's heads and start growing my name that way. That didn't quite pan out super well for reasons that if you were watching, it's been a while back, so I'm not going to hold against you if you forgot, but there was actually met up with one of the guys who helps teach the students at C89.5. I'm not going to put him out by name because I'm not sure if he wants to be named, but basically got to talk to him about everything from, at least, yeah, my main question for him was how exactly people got on C89.5's playlist. The case example we used was the group called Odessa, which was based just a few miles north of Seattle, based out of Bremerton. I think that, yeah, I hopefully got to say right. I'm even living actually back in Seattle, 19 years. You know, you think you would learn all the cities and where they are geographically, but nah, this guy still is catching up on a little bit. So basically, talked to him about how those guys got it. And then we kind of took a look at what my production-wise, if the track's quality and catchiness-wise, if they would work. Talked to him about that, and he said production quality-wise, they're not quite there yet. I think now they probably are, but back then, yeah, they were. I take a listen back to those tracks, yeah, they weren't. And even if they're good enough, not only that, but you have to have a lot of the tracks that they start playing, they already have to be really, really proven online through websites called Hypedia or Hypem, various blogs and all that. So they already have to have a proven track record even before they could get considered for the playlist at all. So might be another year or two before that goal happens. Still want to make it happen, but might have been a little bit ambitious for 2015. But hey, at least we found out, so now we can adjust the plans accordingly. My third goal from my 2015 year was to become proficient at DJing. Probably should have been a little bit more specific about what exactly that all entailed. I think particularly I really wanted to be skill-wise be comfortable on playing on CDJ setups because that's what a lot of the clubs used. And even though at least recently I got a new DJ control, so I've gotten pretty comfortable with that, getting ready for the tour with my man Jordan Riley on that. How to get a setup for that. I got comfortable on that, but in terms of CDJs, I've only recently started messing around with them because my first exposure, as some of you guys might have seen some of my weekly wrap-up blogs, not entirely the best. If you go back to, I don't remember the title of the one, but the one about going over to Gig Harbor, or I think it was some high school, and then having the DJ for their homecoming thing. That being my first time on the CDJs, and them all requesting hip hop, even though I was like, I'm not really into hip hop, and then they just kind of peer pressured me into it. Combined that with my very newbie experience with CDJs, did not. I mean, we managed it, and it wasn't at that point. It was damage control, but not exactly the best first impression and or way to learn CDJs. Actually, one of my friends, Vecchio, whose track Ignite may or may not be getting picked up by Don Diablo, for keeping our fingers crossed on that. He actually has a set of CDJ, so recently I've been kind of going over his house and starting to get better on those. So I think that goal might be something achievable within the 2016 year. That's going to be one of the first things I'll talk about, my 2016 resolutions. That's one of them. Another one, my other goal was in terms of helping out fellow DJ producers to kind of give feedback on 3 tracks a week for them. Starting out the year, I started giving feedback at about 3 or 4 or 5. Toward the end of the year, it became less of giving feedback on people's tracks and more kind of getting into specific production videos and music psychology videos, helping out people with various problems, as you guys may have seen on my channel. That was, so it became, I still was helping out, but not quite the feedback on 3 tracks a week. So I would say, kind of hit it, kind of didn't hit that goal, but I think I'm more or less satisfied with kind of the direction it took me. And the last goal was to throw my own DJ event, and even though I never got around to do it, it was partly procrastination, another part talking to a lot of guys who were, at least the original thought was to go to a big venue in downtown Seattle, put $600 as a down payment there, and then throw the event that way. But at least talking to a few guys, they suggested do a couple house parties before you do that, so you kind of build a following. Totally dropped the ball on that, not gonna lie. So hopefully I can pick that up at the end of the year with somebody. I'm thinking maybe I could talk to Steve. Actually, if you're watching this, my man, I'd love to talk to you about possibly throwing a house party at your place so we can kind of get the ball rolling. And then, or maybe if someone else is Seattle, if you got a house that you're really willing to risk having 10 or 20 people come over, would love to get that out. But yeah, seeing if I can sort that part of the deal out would be great this year as well. So that's kind of how I ended up, 2015 resolutions ended up panning out. First one was definitely solid, and the other ones are, got me moving in the right direction, but weren't quite as completed as I wanted. So that was 2015. Taking that into mind for 2016 resolutions, you want to call them that. I'm not gonna be putting them out so much as resolutions, more as kind of what would you call them? I guess kind of general habits I'm going to be using over the next year to kind of keep me moving in the right direction, because it seems like goals in terms of what I wanted to achieve, it seems like I've been, for like, this is the 50 tracks the week by the end of the year, I've found out that it's been better just to kind of approach it instead of 50 tracks, just do a track a week, kind of set smaller goals, and then just kind of vague, and just set those small goals in a way that it pushes you toward that big vision. So, bearing that in mind, I have 3 different categories that I want to do for 2016 habits. So the first one I want to kind of really complete is to continue my creation ball rolling. Creation as in continue to make kick-ass tracks for you guys, helpful videos for producers, and then kind of become, as I mentioned before, become proficient on CDJs. So that's the first part of how I want to continue that creation resolution for 2016 rolling. I want to keep those habits going and get that DJ habit installed in here somewhere. The second part I want to do, habit, and I kind of did this, but I think I need to get my ball rolling on that. It's kind of more of the promotion side of the DJ act. I think with the tour coming up, may not be too much of a worry. If the tour does end up blowing up, we end up going to a lot of the places Jordan and myself have been talking about. Bookers and promoters have possibly been throwing us. But just in case, having a plan B. My plan B is for every month, since I'm making about 4 or 5 tracks a month. Send 2 of those tracks to a handful of DJ YouTube channels. I'm going to try to aim for like 5 to 10 of them a month. That way, if you keep doing that every month, I think you should get at least 3 or 4 tracks picked up and supported by the end of the year. So put that habit in. I think I'll send my best track of the month to a label, see how that pans out. If not, I can put it into the rotation for tracks I'll send out to various DJs and YouTube channels, see how that goes. And then in terms of promotion, really dialing down on playing out at local scenes. Now, again, because I'm going on tour with Jordan, that's going to be the first priority. But if I have, spare weeks in between, or for whatever reason that tour doesn't pan out, I want to start really getting my feet dirty into some of the local shows around here, because that's in addition to being able to try out my tracks on the dance floor, which I haven't been able to do for most of them. It really allows me to grow my fan base locally, so I can expand out from there. And that was actually one thing I was talking about with the guy at C89.5. That was kind of the game plan for Diz, is that they got a lot of guys over at their local college, Western Washington University, for any of you guys who know that. They got a bunch of their friends over there, started throwing local parties, and played their music, and kind of grew out that way. So because I don't quite have, the college I'm going to doesn't quite have a party scene, or not one I know of a whole lot, may start approaching local groups, local production companies around Seattle, put in my time, just try to volunteer, kind of get a sense of who the people are running it, various, what exactly they're looking for, at least, who exactly are running it, once I get my CDJ act together, start approaching them about possibly warming up for their acts and all that, and just kind of build it that way. So that's, in terms of promotion, that's kind of my third general objective for that. And the last thing I kind of want to get to this year, kind of got started doing it for 2015, not quite at the level I wanted to just yet, so I think I'll really dial down on this, is monetizing my brand. Something I've been talking about with my dad a lot is that he wants, at least as part of my whole DJ thing, he's like, yeah, it's great and all that, but unless it's paying the bills or something like that, you may want to look into start getting another side backup job and all that. And, even though I could, having done a stint at JCPenney for 1 month, I just really, suffocated me having to work for someone else. So, I mean, there's a couple companies I could think of that if I had to work for them, I actually wouldn't mind it at all. In fact, it would be pretty fun. But because I kind of have some entrepreneurial tendencies, I've been looking into a lot of marketing and stuff like that. I think, in addition to, I think if some of you guys might have seen the How to Make Electronic Dance Music book I put out, which is doing fairly well. Not quite life-sustaining money, but I think if I get a few more of those and get to that level, so if we could put, in fact, not only can play shows, which will bring in a little bit of money, not a whole lot, play some shows, I think continue writing books and courses to help out other producers. Like if any of you guys are watching, I'm looking into making a kind of start to finish beginner course, just to, at least that would be catered towards the stuff I would have wished I would have known starting out, and kind of really walking you video by video how exactly you can learn the various minutia of the craft. So putting out books and courses on that. Maybe looking into tutoring, kind of doing, if any of you guys are familiar with Seamless R. I'm not quite, I think initially I might start out doing just free tutoring, and that's kind of what I'm doing already. But if for whatever reason the books and courses start blowing up and I start getting a lot of people asking for requests from help from me, start charging for that. Probably, and then just kind of build it up from there. So that way I can make sure not only I get used to tutoring, but I can make sure I fine-tune my tutoring approach so that it's at least worth the money that people put in, if not 10 times that. Then maybe, even though I think I started up a page for this, I dropped it. Maybe restarting up a Patreon page for you guys who want to support me, but maybe don't want to pull out the whole $200 of buying a course because you're not necessarily interested in the production side of things, but still want to help me not have to work at a crappy day job, and so that way I can focus on keep giving you guys valuable music, content, and video stuff and all that. So that's kind of my 2016 resolutions there for you guys. We'll see how it all wraps up one way or the other, but I figured, you know what, put it out in video. We can go back, review it 1 year from now, and we can see where we turn out. So it should be exciting. It's amazing to see how far I came 2015. I gotta thank you guys for helping me, not only with the awesome comments, but sharing the music, more awesome comments. Those those ones really, really, really make my day, guys. So if you ever like get the inkling to do that, yeah, put it down there because there are definitely days. If some of you guys saw my last Facebook post where I'm just like, is it worth it? Uh, and yeah, keeper up comments from you guys just always really helps me get through those things. So, yep, I just want to thank you guys again for being super awesome. Hope you guys enjoy the content. If there are any like particular videos you guys like seeing me put out, shoot them down below and I'll keep doing that. I think I might try a couple more experiments of different video content things so I can keep providing you guys value. But I think with that, enough of my rambling. I'll let you guys get back to your day. It's been your boy, Colin Warren, aka Digivu. Gonna sign out right now. Hope you guys have a kick-ass new year. Hope your 2016 is so much better than your 2015. Not like 2015 wasn't good or bad either way, but I just hope we bring it up a next level this coming year. And yeah, with that, catch you guys around in 2016. Till then.